Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2014 BMW 328D. Up front is a 2.0 liter turbocharged diesel inline 4 and down below is an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this BMW wagon because this is pretty much my dream BMW. It's diesel, it's quick, it's efficient, it looks fantastic, and I think that's the ingredients for a perfect automobile. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, you can head on over to my website, zachpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. But let's get back to that 2-liter diesel inline 4 under the hood. Well, that's what makes this wagon so special. BMW wagons in the F80 chassis are already pretty rare, but to add the diesel on top of that is even rarer. We did not get the inline 6 diesel in the wagon variant here in the States in this generation. However, the E90 generation of BMW did get the straight 6 in the 335. The best way I can describe this engine is dad strength. On paper, outwardly, it doesn't look or seem like a powerful engine. It's a little 2-liter turbo, and it's a diesel, which diesels are supposed to be clunky and dirty and slow. But that cannot be further from the truth with this 328. It sneaks up on you, and it doesn't showboat all the time, but you actually put your foot into it, the thing moves, and moves quite efficiently. On the highway, the owner Kyle, sitting in the left lane, cruising along, doing about 80 miles an hour, will get 45 miles to the gallon. Driving around town, he averages mid-30s and has fun while doing so. See, it's not like impressive, like it doesn't probably look cool on camera just now, but it's just this like sturdy, reassuring, you know? Like if you've ever gotten your dad really, really mad, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like I said, paired to it is an 8-speed auto, which is very nice. However, we didn't get manual wagons here in the States either, so a little unfortunate, but I like the 8-speed. I think it does a good job. Last but not least, this wagon is an xDrive vehicle, meaning it is all-wheel drive. So how does it feel to drive the BMW 328D? It's wonderful. You have power when you want it. You're efficient when you want it. BMW built one heck of a car when they put this thing together, and it just reverberates through the entire driving experience. Visibility, great. Ride quality, even though this is on aftermarket coilovers, is fantastic. And we'll talk about those in a second, but this car is so good. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 4 gauges. Off to the left is my fuel, reminding you that it's a diesel. Then we have the speedometer and tachometer in the center, and oil temperature off to the right. And on the steering wheel, paddle shifters on the back, cruise control to the left, voice commands, volume and mode off to the right. And I love how thin the steering wheel is. Really feels like my Mazda 3 steering wheel, which actually my Mazda 3 steering wheel feels like a BMW steering wheel. And I really, really like it. Feels nice in my hands, and it's just such a joy. Off to the left, we do have a climate control vent, fog light and headlight switch. And moving out of the door, we do have a little Harman Kardon speaker, power mirrors, and power windows. Moving into the center, we have our iDrive system. I have never been a fan of the iDrive system. I don't think it works that well. I think it's a little bit of a headache to use. And I have a friend who has a same year, same engine, same body style 328D as this, and he's had a lot of trouble with the iDrive system, dropping his phone, not connecting, randomly doing things, and so I don't think this system aged very well. However, I do have a backup camera, which this was 4 years before the government legally required them, so definitely a nice feature to see. Down below that, we have 2 climate control vents, hazard switch, and central locking. Our favorite buttons, which can also be set not only to favorite radio stations, but favorite media inputs or favorite navigational points. CD player, climate controls. This does have heated seats. Part of the cold weather package was a heated steering wheel, heated seats, and heated rear seats. But I get dual zone, things like that, pretty simple. Then I get an ashtray and cigarette lighter and the cup holders, so we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the 2014 328D, and unfortunately it fails. Expected, but still sad nevertheless. Then we come to the shifter I've never, like, loved this shifter, but I also don't dislike it. Park is a button, and when you put it into gear, it goes back to the center, so you can't just glance at it. I don't know. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. It's fine. I've gotten used to it over the years, and I've quieted my complaints. Off to the left, we do have some drive modes. We have our traction off, but also sport and eco pro modes, along with comfort. And off to the right, we have our selector dial and control knob for the xDrive system. I really, really like this knob. The knob works really well, has great tactile feedback. I've always been a fan. I just don't like the system it's connected to. Then we do get a physical handbrake. Love seeing that, and a little center console. And then we'll talk about the seats. Like I said with the cold weather package, they are heated, power, and memory. Love all of those very nice features here in the 328D. And they are pretty comfortable, even for a big guy like me. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 328D, and it's a little cramped, a little bit more cramped than I would have liked, and I love this vehicle so much, but my knees are hitting the seat in front of me. Now, he could be nice and move up. By he, I mean me. Don't worry, I'm not a YouTuber that speaks in the third person. I just misspoke. I could be nice and move up so then I could sit behind myself, but I always like to test vehicles to see in a real world condition if I could take a friend back here. It'd be a little tight. It wouldn't be super comfortable. Now, like I said, I have a really close friend that also has one of these, almost exact same spec, and I have ridden in the back for hours, you know, here to Milwaukee several times in a week. It wasn't bad. I don't remember it being that bad. I remember being a little sore getting out of it at the end, but honestly, in the meantime, it wasn't like, you know, eating away at me while we were driving. I remember it being semi-decent, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Like I said, with the cold weather package, we do have heated seats back here, climate vents back here, very nice to see that, and overall, it's just a nice back space. If you can fit back here, if you're smaller than 5'11", if you're not a big bone boy like me, I think you'll be all right. Let's hop into the very back. We have some very cool features back there, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see the best tailgate? In my opinion, you can write it in stone, the shooting car's best tailgate on a vehicle, or at least on a station wagon slash sedan. Not really sedan, but anyway, this tailgate is amazing. Reason for it. Come under here, and you can just open up the glass. This is pretty standard practice on a lot of big SUVs, but never a car this size and never a vehicle like this. So this is absolutely wonderful to see. Pop this down. Then we have a power tailgate. So not only do you get the opening glass, you get the power tailgate, which is phenomenal. Those two together, you do not see on station wagons. You do not see on hatchbacks. That's the word I was looking for, not sedans. Hatchbacks, like my Mazda 3, you don't get any of that, and I am jealous of BMW owners every single day of the week. Moving in here, we have another really cool feature. We have this privacy cover. Nothing too incredibly crazy there. However, you can actually remove it, and it will perfectly fit. You can see it has the outlines here. The privacy cover will perfectly fit back here. Lovely attention to detail and wonderful engineering from BMW. Other than that, tons of space back here. That's why we love station wagons. And we do have a 12-volt outlet. Everything I want in the world is back here. Love that simple push of the button. Look at that. I mean, look how smooth it is. You just don't see that on hatchbacks and station wagons, but BMW thought of it. They put it in this, and I couldn't be more grateful. Now we got to talk about the looks, and first of all, this does have the M Sport package. I love the blue color. I love the styling of the F80. I've always been a pretty big fan of this body style of BMW. I think this is like the last like truly good looking 3 Series. I'm just not a big fan of the more modern ones. However, this is on KWV1 coilovers and of course aftermarket wheels, so it is lowered quite a bit. However, like I said, it doesn't really compromise the ride quality, which was really, really nice to see, and that isn't always the case when it comes to lowered vehicles. But with all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think finally driving a 328D? Well, it's the best wagon ever. I mean, really, truly, it has all of these little features that I absolutely love. Is it the most perfect automobile ever built? No, because no car can ever really, truly be perfect. There's always going to be something that I dislike. For this, it's the xDrive system and the weird shifter. Don't love them, but hey, what can you do? It has little features like the power tailgate and opening rear glass. Phenomenal. So great. It has little normal things like the heated seats and dual zone climate, something I would definitely require in a modern vehicle that I'd buy. Love to see that. But the diesel is so efficient and powerful and lovely that it is a criminal shame that more people don't buy these and love these here in the United States. There's a huge stigma here in the United States about diesel passenger cars. It's funny too, because then you go to diesel trucks and every guy from here to Timbuktu wants a diesel pickup in their life. But for passenger cars, it's not really the case, and really only the Germans did it in a big way. Now, we did have like the diesel Chevy Cruze, which was interesting, and I have a review of one of those on my channel. Another diesel Wagon, but I'm not even trying to compare that car to this. We've always had a stigma, and for what I can tell, I don't understand why. This car is so good and efficient. On the outside, when you're standing next to it, yeah, it sounds a little clangy, sounds a little tinny, but who cares? This is a diamond amongst pebbles. This is the marshmallows in Lucky Charms. This is the scene from Transformers 1 where the cars are driving across the desert. This one, I don't want to get a copyright strike, but this one where they're all driving across the desert, this is the best scene of the movie! And like, no one talks about it! That's what this car is! I don't know. This is like finding that perfect pair of shoes that just works and fits, and you wear them every day, and it's comfortable every day, and you think to yourself, where was this before? Where was this when I needed it? Well, unfortunately, it's the same story with this car. They don't make them anymore. They don't sell them here anymore. And I didn't know I needed it so bad until they were no longer available. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Kyle for letting me take out his 328D. Kyle is one of the best photographers I have ever met in my life. He runs Yam Media. Please go check them out. It'll be linked in the description below, as well as it's up on the screen. Here are some photos that he took. I had a Press GR Corolla that he photographed. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And he actually photographed one of my best friend's weddings. And so, I mean, he's great with photos all around. If you need wedding photography or any type of photography done in the Chicagoland area, Kyle Yam is your guy. He's a near and dear friend of mine, and I appreciate him letting me take out his BMW today. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.